Seth Ferranti here, your guide through the dark corners of the criminal underworld. As an outlaw filmmaker, author, and journalist, I've delved deep into the minds of gangsters, drug lords, and prison gangs. But my journey doesn't stop there. Let me take you on a thrilling ride as we explore the hidden stories and untold truths that lurk behind the prison walls.
You know, when the movie Scarface was released, it had a profound impact on the black community. A lot of these guys, they were disenfranchised and they wanted to get in the game. They were young gangsters, hustlers who carried guns, were on the block, murdered, whatever it took. But Supreme, he brought his own brand of charisma to the gangster lifestyle. That's what really set him apart. From the way he walked, to the way he talked, to the way he dressed, nobody commanded respect like Supreme.
Say hello to my little friend!
In the early 80s, when Scarface came out, all the young cats wanted to be like that. Scarface was a movie about them and for them. The Supreme team embraced the gun culture promoted by the movie. Firearms became a must-have fashion accessory. A shoot-or-be-shot mentality emerged. The guns gave them a feeling of having juice or power over their rivals. It made all of the youngsters dream. All the youngsters wanted to be drug dealers. It gave us a dream. Antoine Clark from Feds magazine says, "This was the Bible. It was inspirational. Had people taking risks, doing crazy shit, glamorizing sex, guns, and drugs."
Eating, drinking, fucking, sucking,
Come on.
snoring. That's what it's all about.
And as big of an impact as it had on the drug world, its effect was equally important on hip-hop culture. They saw this come up. To the people in the hood, it was a way to get on. Scarface made selling drugs seem cool and lucrative. It romanticized the dope game while glamorizing it and led a whole generation of youth astray. In reality, that movie corrupted the black community. It made dudes want to be hustlers and get money by any means necessary. Supreme was one of those who took the mentality to heart. He dressed in expensive white suits with the crisp white shirt, open just like Tony Montana. He embraced the swagger and adopted the fictional gangster's style. He carried himself with the class of an older, more established hustler even when he wasn't. Not just anybody was allowed to be a player in the game. Dudes like Supreme and Prince had to pay their dues, as did all the members of the Supreme team. Death before dishonor. You get arrested, you closed your mouth and kept it shut and went to jail.
Queens was ground zero for both hip-hop and the crack era. Nobody influenced hip-hop like Supreme. Him and the other hustlers, they partied with the hip-hop artists that would soon become industry icons. Look at how Run DMC paved the way with their style. This attitude that they brought to the rap game was heavily influenced by the Supreme team. It was guys like Kenneth McGriff that kind of gave these dudes a way to be, kind of set the tone. It just wasn't the music. It was this whole attitude shift throughout all of Queens.
The new sound of the 80s. Suddenly you hear it everywhere. Rap music. It's all beat and all talk. It tells you a story and makes you want to dance.
The south side of Jamaica, Queens became both ground zero for crack and hip-hop, a fertile breeding ground for both rappers and drug dealers. Supreme played a pivotal role in the growth of hip-hop, as he used to book early acts like Curtis Blow, LL Cool J, and the Beastie Boys, paying them $1,000 a night to play at his lavish gangster parties. In turn, the rappers copied his style, swagger, and trends. American culture loves its bad guys, and the legendary figures of the drug game were the province of myth and hearsay until hip-hop artists romanticized their exploits in verse.
Rap music began in Harlem and the South Bronx on playgrounds like this one, where people would gather to spin records and then recite their own lyrics, their raps, over the instrumental sections. Now, one of those rappers is 22-year-old Curtis Blow.
Yeah, come on now.
Dripping in gold and carrying guns, with sharp clothes and flashy cars, the team popularized thug culture. The Supreme Team had a reputation to earn, a reputation to uphold. A legacy was born, and they embraced and adopted it. That reputation earned Queens a place in the power struggles of the streets and in the rap world. Queens became hip-hop, and the Supreme Team epitomized Queens. Not surprisingly, when Run DMC started making noise in hip-hop in the early 80s, they brought b-boy style, Queens culture, and the drug dealer mindset to the mainstream. These were all attributes they learned from the Supreme Team. Queens became where it was at, and dudes from the borough started to stick their chests out. It was a drug game thing, it was a hip-hop thing, it was a Queens thing, it was a growing mentality and attitude that they developed, nurtured, and created. All the neighborhoods in Queens were now being heard together with one defiant voice. Queens went from faking it to running it.